Back around to Benjamin Zamani. Just staring his opponent down, as you can see. So far, seen Duong play pretty solid and pretty tight here. Do you really want to get involved with this guy with an ace-jack?
He could afford to do it. He's got over 8.5 million in chips. To speculate for a few $100,000 more, will he do it?
Well, Vince, here we go. Kickoff event of season 15 on the World Poker Tour. Well, there you see the Club WPT chip count.
There's the chip leader, Bastian Fischer from Germany with 8.7. Now the Andes are 20,000, blinds 60 and 120. That's what they're playing for, close to $700,000 for the first place champion. Of course, they're gonna win that beautiful Hublot watch that goes along with the prize.
A lot of perks to the champion. 6 pros fighting it out for this title.
Action on Jack Duong out of New Jersey, quickly folding his hand. Now James Mackey also not gonna play.
Over to Matthew Smith, the short stack at the table. He folds.
Craig Varnell with a nothing hand, releases it.
Over to the chip leader in the small blind. Bastian Fischer looks down at King 9 of clubs. Very surprised he wouldn't raise out of the small blind with this hand being the chip leader. Benjamin Zamani happy to see a flop.
Yeah, with a 6-4. We're going to see the first 3 in our first hand here tonight.
And flop comes ace 4-3. Bastian checks. Zamani with middle pair has to feel like they're good because you just don't put your opponent on an ace when they limp in the small blind. So he is going to fire 120,000.
Into the chip leader, but he's going to get a little stubborn making this call. So we're going to the turn. It is a 10 of diamonds.
Well, again, Bastian checks. Will Zamani fire again after getting called on the flop? Yes. This guy is one tough cookie, I can tell you that. He's got over 2.8 million in live tournament winnings, just 30 years old. That is extremely impressive.
He bets 315. It is going to work. Benjamin Zamani from Boca Raton, Florida, 30 years old, going to take down pot number 1. James Mackey, hand number 2. Mackey out of Kansas City, Missouri, won't play a junk hand.
Now Matthew Smith, the short stack at the table. And King 9 of spade.
From Margate, Florida, 26 years old, lights his hand. He will raise, makes it 260 to go. Craig Varnell going out, and now Bastian again, the German, the chip leader, with a nice hand, King Jack of clubs, and he will call it.
Well, he didn't raise out of the small blind with King 9 of clubs. Now he's calling a raise with the King Jack of clubs.
Zamani out, now Jack Duong out of Plainfield, New Jersey, 27 years old. He won't play that. Two-handed poker.
Battle of the King Highs here. And the flop comes ace, ace, deuce, 2 hearts. Let's see if Matthew in the short stack will make a continuation bet. He is doing it. Not a big bet compared to the pot size, 210,000, but enough to get the job done. As Bastian goes out, so Matthew just happy to pick up the chips.
And Matthew says poker's a mentally exhausting game, but he loves it. And there you see Bastian Fischer, 8.2 million out in front.
Yeah, Matthew Smith, who just won that last pot at the University of South Carolina, has a double major in finance and marketing. A very bright guy.
Craig Varnell will not play this. And Bastian now.
270.
And he'll make it 270 to go. But right behind him, Benjamin Zamani with a very strong ace-king.
Well, how do you play it against a chip leader? Do you 3-bet here? Benjamin just calling, does not 3-bet. A little surprising.
Duong going out. Mackey won't play. Matthew Smith, who just won the last hand, also releases. So heads up poker, here we go.
And flop comes queen 9-6 with 2 diamonds. No help to either player.
Check.
Bastian checks. Here comes Benjamin. Didn't re-raise pre-flop, but now is going to bet on the flop with just ace high. Has the best hand, though.
195 into the German. And the German folds the knockwurst again. So Benjamin Zamani taking that. No one hitting cards, really.
Yeah, Benjamin has a World Series of Poker bracelet to his credit. He cashed 8 times in the 2016 World Series of Poker. And in fact, he finished first and second in back-to-back 1,500 no-limit tournaments. That is pretty good stuff.
And around to Jack Duong.
Out as well.
James Mackey now set up with a 9-7 of spades. Likes the position. Will raise it to 275.
Yeah, they call him Mig. Maybe because he shoots so many players down.
Matthew Smith gonna shove all in with ace-10. How do you like that?
Well, I like it.
Do you have like 3?
Varnell out.
2.6.
And Mackey now with the decision. Folds the hand, and Matthew Smith take it down with the shove.
See, it's when I go all in. That's when they check.
$1 for 1 million tournament. Sign up for free today at WPTGlobal.com and win your share of $1 million. Could this be the best value tournament ever? Could this be the biggest overlay ever? Use bonus code YT28 to play the $1 for 1 million tournament only at WPT Global.
All players with well over 3 million in chips, though, so still anybody's game. Action on Jack Duong.
Jack's picked up a big hand, ace-queen. He will raise to 275.
Folded around to Bastion. He looks down at ace-king. This could spell trouble for Duong here.
800.
You're going to see the 3 come up right there for the 3-bet to 800,000 for Bastion.
Amani gets out of the way, so back on Duong.
Can he get away from this? That's the question. Or do you re-raise and get yourself in big trouble? Wow, big laydown by Jack Duong. Just throws the ace-queen away. In poker, it's not about money you win a lot of times. It's about money you save by making those kind of laydowns.
Jack has watched the World Poker Tour, he says, his whole life. It's a dream come true to be here. And what a great laydown with ace-queen.
Yeah, Vince, maybe he's watched all those ace-queens get beat here in the World Poker Tour. He just threw his right away.
All right, back to the next hand. Action on James Mackey. Quick fold by him. And now Matthew Smith with ace-8 of spades. And he will move it up to 260 to go into Craig Varnell, who has picked up a pair of queens.
Varnell, he won our WPT 500 at Aria back in 2015. And he is going to 3-bet it there, as you can see by our new graphics. The 3 to 620,000. Bastion and Benjamin out.
Duong also folding, and now back on Matthew.
Now, Matthew, one of the short stacks at the table. Do you really want to get involved with an ace-8 after a 3-bet? There's your answer, no. So Craig Varnell, happy to pick up the chips.
There's his family in the audience there.
It's his dad, Kevin. Girlfriend Denise Good is here rooting him on as well. Craig from Aurora, Colorado, been a professional just 3 years. He's the oldest player at the table at 33. 3 different players are 30 years old exactly at this table, and a couple guys in their 20s.
All right, right back at it. On Craig, and look at this. He's got pair of kings.
Wow.
Queens and then kings. He's getting his rush.
How's this guy running?
He'll raise with this. Let's see if he gets action. Couple folds behind him. Around to James Mackey. He can't call. Matthew also out. So he's got to be a little disappointed, but you take it when you can.
He just feels so lucky and blessed to be a professional poker player, Craig Varnell. His dad, who flew in to watch him tonight and is rooting for him, gave him some advice, Vince. He urged him not to play poker for a living. Craig went against Pop's wishes, and it's certainly been a good choice for him thus far in his career.
Yeah, that father's advice never works out. Get to the poker table.
Well, Craig's been a pro for 3 years. He has 843,000 in lifetime tournament winnings prior to this tournament, so that number's going up, but that's a pretty good batting average for such a young pro.
Move it on. Benjamin with ace-jack raised, and Jack Duong behind him with the pair of kings this time.
We are seeing some big hands at this final table so far. I think we're going to see another 3 come up on the graphics. There it is. A 3-bet by Jack Duong to 625,000.
Mackey and Matthew out. Craig can't play that mess.
Now back around to Benjamin Zamani. Just staring his opponent down, as you can see. So far, seen Duong play pretty solid and pretty tight here. Do you really want to get involved with this guy with an ace-jack?
He could afford to do it. He's got over 8.5 million in chips to speculate for a few 100,000 more. Will he do it? Nope.
So Zamani lays it down.
So Jack Duong, the short stack at the table, picking that one up.
Jack DeWong sitting in 5th chip position at the moment, but looks down at ace-king of diamonds.
Big slick.
He's going nowhere with this hand. Raise it up to 275,000.
Mackey out now. Matthew Smith with an ace-10.
Well, he's going to save his chips.
Very good lay down. And a pair of deuces for Craig. Gotta think he'll speculate with that.
Well, you're the chip leader. You're in position. You're on the button. I think small pairs are pretty easy to play, so he's going to make the call. You have a chance to win a lot of money with them if you flop a set. So we're heads up here. Ace-king versus 2 deuces. Now flop comes queen, queen, 4 with 2 diamonds, so Jack with the nut flush draw checks. Very surprised at that check.
Perhaps he's gonna try to trap his man. The deuces will bet it. Now what will Jack do? Jack with an okie dokie call.
Boy, very surprised he wouldn't raise here with the 4 flush.
Let's see if he catches his flush. 6 of spades, so no flush appearing. And check again. And the deuces out in front. Also gonna check. Down to the river we go. Can Jack get lucky? No, 9 of spades.
He thinks ace-king could have some showdown value. Both players check. The 2 deuces are going to win this pot. And Jack DeWong's lack of aggressiveness might have cost him that pot, Vince.
Well, he's kind of short stack. Just didn't gamble with the chip leader. And it backfired a little bit. Craig Varnell takes down another pot.
Deuces never loses.
Girlfriend Denise whooping it up over there.
All right, and the price of poker is going up with a $25,000 ante, and the blinds are going to be 75, 150 to make this more intriguing.
Well, there's 375,000 around to play now, and that's if you don't play a pot. So with the blinds up here like this, you have to mix it up, Vince. Just can't sit back and wait for aces and kings, or you'll get blinded down.
Quick fold by Mackey. Matthew. Queen deuce won't play. Craig even going out.
Over to Bastion. He's on the button. Gonna raise it up here with a jack-6. A button raise, as we call it.
Yeah, Zamani folding. And Jack Duong.
Well, we've seen him play so conservative so far, but he quickly calls out of the big blind here with a jack-8.
Let's see who will get lucky. The flop's a 9-9 ace. And Jack's gonna check it, and
Quick continuation bet by Bastion. Now, Vince, was that too quick, do you
Yes,
think?
yes, that's a tell.
Jack didn't pick up on it. He lays his hand down.
And we'll look back as a confirmation that he did not have a strong hand because he's proud of himself. He's saying, look at I won with.
Sometimes when they bet real fast, folks, they're trying to represent strength when really they don't have it.
I'd say about 90% of the time. 10% of the time you get those very tricky players that will do a reversal, and it's quite effective.
Vince, you're going to give hope to all. If you can pick up these tails, anybody can. All right, Craig Varnell well out in front now at 9.2 million.
down to the felt we go. Matthew Smith,
Yeah, I think so.
poker pro out of Margate, Florida. Tough player. He will not play this one. Craig, our chip leader, going out, and now Bastion. No, he takes a breather. Zamani would like to play, but can't with an 8-4.
So the battle of the blinds here.
Jack has a 6-4 of spades, and he likes his position. He's going to raise with it. Makes it 400,000 to go. But Mackey's going to stick around with the queen 9. Quickly calls. And the flop is a king jack 8, 2 diamonds, no help to either player, and Jack Duong, not even hesitating, going to bet $500,000.
Well, James has the gut shot straight draw, but he's going to give it up. So aggressiveness paying off there for Jack DeWong, picking up that pot.
Absolutely, they are playing with nothing and winning. That's what you do on the WPT. We're coming back for more action from WPT Choctaw in just a moment. let's go down to the felt 6 players battling for this championship, and Bastian Fischer with an ace-deuce from Germany. Tough player will fold. Benjamin Zamani also out.
Jack folding as well, and James Mackey on the button, going to make a raise here. 350,000.
Matthew Smith folding, and now Craig Varnell in the big blind. He can afford to speculate, and he does so. King 5 versus 4-5. Here we go with the flop. It's an ace 7-3.
Well, no help for James. Does give Craig a two-way straight draw. He checks. Continuation bet made by James here. 275,000. Wouldn't be shocked at all if Craig check raised here with the two-way straight draw. But just calls.
Calling, hoping to get lucky on the turn. Let's take a look. No, 7 pairs the board.
Well, Craig checks again. James checking right behind him. Now the 8 of hearts comes off, so 3 hearts out there.
I feel like you just have to go with your gut sometimes. Sometimes you're wrong, but sometimes you're right. And usually your first instinct is usually the right instinct, you know? Like, you just have to, like, go with it, you know?
Well, the instinct here is if he checks, he has no chance to win the pot with a 5 high, so he is going to take a stab at it.
Yeah, he's going to go with a 675, and it's going to work.
So nice bet on the river there by Craig to take down that pot.
Everything going his way, winning with nothing hands, as his family loves it.
And he says his hobbies are sports, playing with dogs. He likes that, likes to travel.
On to the next hand, James Mackey with a pair of 10s this time. He'll make it 350 to go. Matthew out. And Craig out.
Over to Bastian on the button. He's got the ace high. He's got position. James just staring him down, but Bastian gives it up.
Now Benjamin Zamani won't play that junk into Jack. He's got an attractive Queen Jack of hearts, and he'll play.
So we're going to have a flop here. It's a Queen Jack versus 2 10s. King 6 deuce, no help to either player. Jack checks. And James checks, very surprised by that check.
Absolutely shocking, and it's going to backfire on him as a queen hits the turn, hitting Jack. He checks it.
Probably going to cost him the pot. Well, James checks again. Now the board pairs queen, so now you're going to see the Wong bet here for sure.
3 of a kind.
And most likely get paid offense.
He's been gifted this one.
450,000.
Bad non-bet on the flop by James Mackey, and now don't do it. Yep, he's going to do the right thing finally and gets out of the way, folds the hand.
You have to put your opponent on a king or a queen to fold there. Mackey did that, so the Wong picking up the pot.
He's a short stack, but coming back. 6 players remain.
$1 for 1 million tournament. Sign up for free today at WPTGlobal.com and win your share of $1 million. Could this be the best value tournament ever? Could this be the biggest overlay ever? Use bonus code YT28 to play the $1 for 1 million tournament only at WPT Global.
And a quick fold by Matthew. Craig also going out. Bastian not playing.
And there's Zamani on the button. Going to give up a queen 8. So the battle of the blinds here. Jack DeWong going to limp in with a 10-9. And James going to have none of that, Vince. He's going to raise here with the queen 10 of spade. And this is the problem when you try to limp in against good players. They just don't let you see many flops. They're going to raise it and you're just going to burn up your money.
Mackey going to take down that pot.
So the lesson is if you're up against a real strong player in the big blind, don't limp in the small blind. Raise if you're coming in the pot.
James Mackey has made close to $3 million in worldwide earnings. Very impressive. And we move on. A quick fold by our chip leader, Craig. Bastian, who came in as the chip leader, now in second chip position, going out. And now Ben Zamani's finally picking up pretty decent. King 10, he'll raise to 375. Jack goes out. Mackey not playing. But Matthew Smith with a little suited connector, 9, 8 of spades.
His problem is, Vince, he's on the short stack here. He makes this call. He's going to have about 10, 11 big blinds left is all he has, so he does make the call.
Will he get lucky?
Flop comes ace, queen, 5, 2 clubs,
Disappointment for Matthew. He checks.
and it goes check, check. Surprised Zamani would check that flop. Now queen comes off.
Pairs the board. Matthew checking again.
Well, Zamani, I don't blame him for checking now. He's got check down value with the king high. 3 of clubs comes off, so 3 clubs out there as well.
And Matthew gonna just give this up with another check.
I don't understand why Zamani's betting here. I mean, what are you going to get paid off with other than something that's going to beat you?
475 he bets, and of course it's gonna work.
Yeah, I guess the purpose of betting, you don't have to show your cards. Nobody knows what you had.
Ben Zamani, his 3rd time at the WPT final table.
I finished 2nd at Best Bet Jacksonville last season. 2nd to Tyler Patterson, one of the most popular pros out on tour.
He had to take down a championship. He'd love to tonight, of course. Let's move down to the pit again, and Bastian Fischer this time, first to act, and he's got the 9-10. Won't play it.
And Zamani with the ace-8 of clubs is going to raise here, I'm guessing. There is the raise to 350,000.
Might be bad timing because right behind him, Jack Duong with a pair of kings. He's gonna play it sneaky, just calling.
Wow.
Mackey gets out of the way, and now Matthew Smith with a pair of 9s.
All in.
He's going all in.
He's only got 11 big blinds. You can't blame him for going all in there.
Craig goes out.
Which is it?
$1.4 to make the call, but with a man behind him, I don't think he will. He gives it up, but a snap call by Jack. And Matthew sees the bad news. Not only does his opponent have the overpair, they're in the same suits as his, meaning he can't make a flush to win the pot either. So Matthew, right now, in jeopardy of going out in 6th place.
You got my suits covered too. I'm just, just at least give me red 9s, you know.
Nothing he can do. Both flushes are cut off. He's just going to have to get lucky, try to spike a 9.
Pair over pair. Let's take a look at the 7-5-4. No luck for Matthew.
Man, look at backdoor straight. Must do that or catch a 9, otherwise he'll be our 6th place finisher.
Jack looking good. Turn card is a 3.
I'll take a 6. Let's chop it up.
Now, if a 6 comes off, they would split the pot as both players would have a 7 high straight. Matthew needs a 9 to win the pot, a 6 to chop the pot.
Crazy things happen here on the WPT. Let's take a look at the river.
Breathe, Jack, breathe.
Jack sweating it out. He's in front. Can he break his man? River card is an 8 of diamonds.
So that's going to do it for Matthew Smith from Margate, Florida. The youngest player at the table at 26, out tonight in 6th place.
Yeah, Matthew's going to take home 134,000. One player already chopped out of here at Choctaw. Let's go talk to him.
A little disappointed, of course, but there's nothing much I can do about that.